so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're joining me from. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greeting according to your time zone. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime I upload a video. You can be among the first to receive it. Then go to the comment section at all times. Leave your comment, drop your contribution. If you have suggestions, make it out there. If you have any criticism, put it down on the comment section. It will make us to get better, presenting you a better program. Thank you so much. We only see him online. He comes and preach. He will say someone else. Initially, when he was coming, they will say he's nobody. He was addressed as Mr. Nobody. The Department of Saboteur with their errats, they were calling him Mr. Nobody. He is nobody. He is nobody. From his nobody today, he has become the most trending name you can get online. The most trending name, a Nigerian name that is trending. People know him. And not just about the trending. He has made waves, even in his own country where he is. In the country where he is, somebody who could be able to draw the attention of the embassy of his own country and Nigeria embassy to have a discussion. Is it easy? If you think it's easy, do it on your own area. Make the embassy of your country begin to talk about you. Raise up a diplomatic discussion. Raise a diplomatic move between you, between Nigeria and the country where you are located. If you feel you have what it takes. But our spokesperson, Master Samuel, has done it. And yet he still standing. Just like that audio that leaked where they were discussing how they pulled Master Samuel down, how they gave him how many thousand charges, how this and that, how this and that. Today, that same man you talked about, he's still broadcasting, speaking boldly, doing every single thing he's been doing. He's doing, even increasing it. He has increased it. Today, we have diplomatic mission in many countries. Biafra, today we have a consulate in US. We have a liaison office today in US. And so many other countries will open a liaison office on behalf of Biafra. We didn't have that before. The Biafra government in exile, which Mazen they cannot establish, has not been activated until this time. Mazen Simon took the bull by the horn and he activated it. And today they are functioning and working. You don't know what he has done. The people you are following, who you claim they are your this and that, what have they done? What plan do they have? What plan do they have? The only assignment they have is to talk about Master Simon Ekpa anytime they come out. Talk about Master Simon Ekpa. Even if you don't have anything to offer, maintain the legacy of Master Nandekano. They could not. The simplest thing they could do, just maintain the legacy of the man who established the IPOB. They could not. We were here when they preached command and control. They say command and control, command and control. But all of a sudden, they forgot about that command and control. They don't obey any single thing that Master Nandekano has spoken about. They throw it to dustbin. They don't want to hear that Master Nandekano said. Every direction you saw the memo that came out, the memo that was written by Mazen Nandekano. Did they obey the memo? No. They didn't obey the memo. But the most happiest thing that today, confession has started. You see some of them are confessing that there's another one that is it their coordinator in Italy that wrote a memo. Linked a memo where they were talking to that chick, or whatever they call him, on his attitude. They are now confessing. But when Master Simon was shouting about these criminals, you never believed him. You joined them. You ganged up against Master Simon. You ganged up against him. Even though when you know that he's fighting for right cause, you ganged up against him. You spoke lies against him. You said all manner of wrong, bad things against him. And yet, he ignored you. And he continues to pursue the struggle. For 2 years. It was just about him. The whole errand of the Department of Saboteur, they were against him. The Nigerian media, we are fighting against him. Politicians, we are fighting against him. Nigerian state itself, we were fighting against him. Even the Igbo people, we are fighting against him. Blackmail, right, left, and center.
Something that went to the extent of writing a petition. They wrote a petition, it wasn't enough. They may even put a call across to the embassies of Finland. Just to attack an innocent man, to bring an innocent man down. But whoever Chukwu Okakabion have taken up, you cannot bring down. Whoever Chukwu Okakabion have blessed, you can curse. And when you see what is happening around Master Simon Ekpa, then you begin to understand when Chukwu Okakabion said, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. That is where those words are having effect. If you look at the life of Master Nnamdi Kanu, you look at the life of Master Simon Ekpa, touch not my anointed is not about your pastor or your GO. That's not what it was written for. It was written for those who were born from their mother's belly as prophets. Those who were born and ordained by Chukwu Okakabion himself. Those ordained by, not the ones that are ordained by human. Not human ordination. There are people that are ordained by Chukwu Okakabion himself. And if you touch them, your end will be so disastrous. Look at all the people that fought against Master Nnamdi Kanu. Everyone that rose against him and called him name, how did they end up? All he has to do is to open his mouth and speak, and you are gone. He will open his mouth and talk, and you are gone. In the same vein today, the same thing is happening in the case of our spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa. When Master Simon Ekpa said that your era is gone, your era is gone. There's nothing you can do about it. When Master Simon Ekpa opened his mouth and say, you are finished, you are gone, you are gone. It doesn't matter. You can continue to make your empty noise and show your ugly face, but at the end of the day, you are gone. Every single one of them who fought him in the past, every single one of them who have stood and shouted, both the ones who came online to do their juju and whatever, where are they today? Where are they? They are all gone. Few ones who are still remaining today is out of shame. Out of shame. They don't know what to do anymore. They want to protect their pride. But at the same time, they are gone. When you look at their platform and look at what they're doing, you see they are gone. You cannot fight the truth and win. There is no way you can fight the truth and win. Truth is Chukwu Okakabion by himself. And anybody that is holding the truth, you can't fight the truth and win. How can you? How can you engage your chi in a battle? You can't. You can't. No matter how you try, you can never win. The only good thing you can do to yourself is to be sincere and truthful. But as long as you continue to push lies, just like they are pushing, just like the 70-year-old man, 70-year-old man who is supposed to cover his face in shame, you came out, you supported the London boy. While we were saying that there was no election, you supported the London boy. Oh, it is our own time. Nothing will make him not to win this one. Before you know it, next minute he changed. Oh, the London boy cannot be able to fight for his mandate. In his own mouth, he said it. That the London boy is not capable to fight for his mandate. But all this while, you are one of the ones that confused the youth and told them, come out, do this, do that. Today, where are you? They tear gassed you before. This time around, it will not be tear gas. Since you don't know how to mind your business, this time around, it will not be tear gas. Since you have joined the bandwagon of liars, you have openly joined the bandwagon of liars, and you didn't see any other place to lie, you are facing the dragon, the spokesperson of Biafra. You are gone. You are gone. And this is why I say people don't learn from other people being sick. The people, especially our black people, they don't learn from what people being sick. If he has been watching and observing events, he wouldn't have ventured into this thing he's doing today to attack our spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa. He has never spoken about you. He never talked about you. All of a sudden, you came out and begin to call him names. Begin to push lie against him. Begin to talk about things that never existed. That is how stupid and wicked the people are. Whoever gave you that information, why don't you verify? Why don't you verify? The race that our spokesperson ran, the people he represented, they are recorded in that zoological republic. Go and check the record. You will find out the race he ran, which state. But your wickedness, your envy and jealousy could not allow you to make that check. You ran out and you begin to call him names. Well, you have brought the ant-infested firewood into your own house. Be ready. Prepare for the lizard. They are going to show. Definitely, definitely. There's nothing you can do about it. You have invited doom on yourself. And wait until when Master Simon Ekpa remembers you, opens your page. When he opens your book, you'll be gone forever. These are people that are supposed to cover themselves in shame. People who are not supposed to be talking in public. But because of the Zoological Republic is a place where there is no rule of law, a place where people can come out from any angle, any corner and begin to do whatever they think they can do. That is why somebody like that can come and speak in the public. If Nigeria were to be a lawful country, so many of these people today who are talking trash and challenging the Biafra actualization, they would have been in jail a long time ago. These are criminals who are supposed to be in jail. Check them. Only one of them is not supporting Biafra. Anybody that is not supporting Biafra is either that person is a fraudster or that person is a criminal in that Zoological Republic. There must be something that he's gaining, he's stealing. Either he's stealing or he's preparing to fix himself in another place where he commits his own fraud. It doesn't matter your tribe, it doesn't matter your religion. Anybody that is not supporting Biafra and you're preaching one Nigeria, these people are a group of cartel of fraudulent men. Just like they are trying to package somebody for them now. And they are trying to package the Jagaban for them. After packaging it for them, because by then we will not be part of them. After packaging the Jagaban for them, then you will see what they will have. The stealing now will continue. Agbero will not take over Lagos State. Then all those people who say they will not sit at home, then you will see a reason to sleep at home, not sit at home anymore. When Agbero take over Lagos, you will know that you will sleep at home, not sit at home. Then before you open your gate of your door to come outside, you have to pay money. Before you can drive in the street, you have to pay money. Only that they say that they gave him a certificate of whatever. You saw what they're doing. You saw what they're doing. You see what they're doing. They commit offense and even they stand their ground and that nothing is going to happen. After all, it is Agbero that gave him the presidency. So they will have to be given a location in Lagos. And watch and see how Lagos is going to be. The only person who has a solution to the problem today is Master Simon Ekpa. He is working tirelessly. And he gives you a reason why he does whatever he does. The only best thing for the Biafran people to do is to continue to listen to Master Simon Ekpa. If you are not listening to him and you are listening to the saboteurs, sorry for you. Sorry for you. You're going to end up like those people in Aba. I'm not mocking them, but we are going to take vengeance for them. We'll fight for them. But why we are using them as an example is that people should not fall into that same victim again. That is why when we are talking, we mention them. Because what transpired is about, if they were paying attention, if they were people who, no, you don't just listen to people who we are listening to Mazin Nandekano. When they called them to come out for this, they should have told them that Mazin Nandekano said we should not come out. They should have reminded them. Mazin Nandekano said we should not protest outside. He said we shouldn't make contribution. He said there will be no gathering, no IPOB gathering anymore. Mazin Nandekano himself cancelled all this thing by himself. Not when he was kidnapped, while he was with us in a broadcast. He said it in a broadcast. That he doesn't want any gathering in Biafra land anymore. IPOB cannot have any meeting anymore. Let alone talking about protest. But because people don't pay attention, or maybe because of they were cajole, or I can't just tell. I can't just tell. You see why it is very important for us to be paying attention. Just like as I'm broadcasting, when I say share, that you are sharing the program doesn't mean you are doing good to me. You are doing good to Biafra. You are doing good to our brothers and sisters. Those who don't have information. Even when you download the video, you cut it into pieces and share to people they hear. When they hear the message we preach, the message we preach is not our message. It is for the benefit of everybody. It's going to benefit everybody. to let our brothers and sisters know whom to follow, where to stay, what is happening, and what is not happening. You know, the Department of Saboteur, they are the one who are holding the Radio Biafra. That is where they gossip. They continue to gossip in that a place where we used to worship, a place where Mazen Nandekano fought a great battle and won. Today they have defiled it. They have turned it to a marketplace of gossip. When they come there, they only talk about gossip. When they come, either they are coming there to sack somebody, or they are coming there for gossip, or they are coming to talk about Mazen Samanekwa, or they are coming there to expose Biafrans to danger. That is what they do in Radio Biafra today. And so many people who are in Biafra land are still listening to them. Sometimes I don't blame them. Maybe that is the only access they have. Because on social media, there are people who don't have access to social media. A lot of people do not have access to social media. They don't get the information we are passing. So that is why certain times I don't blame them. Because if everybody in Biafra land is getting the raw message that we are passing, there's no reason why anybody should listen to this Department of Saboteur. Nobody should be listening to Mohammed Abbas or follow somebody that tells you to come and. Why should you come and protest? For what? For what? And they convince you and tell you to come and begin to say that you are ESN when you know you are not, and you are shouting ESN. Is it chance they used to control your word? We know the kind of enemy we are dealing with. Not today. We have known them for a very long time, and we don't take chances. We don't check senses. When we want to engage them, we engage them. When we don't want to engage them, we don't expose ourselves to danger. Neither do we expose ourselves to danger. That's what the same way they were waiting during the time of election. They were waiting for autopiloted IPOB to begin to attack people, to begin to destroy places. But during the election, we were calm. We have passed the information. It's left for you to utilize the information and use it wisely. And that time, the propagandists were waiting. They were waiting for what they were going to use as propaganda against the IPOB. They were waiting for what they're going to speak against the IPOB. But we are 1,000 miles ahead of them. It came and it's gone. We only wanted our referendum. And we got the referendum from that very election. You saw the referendum very, very clear. So it's very clear. 20,000 plus against 4,000. 20,000 plus against 4,000. Either 24,000 or 25,000 plus against 4,000. A clear referendum that was conducted. And that shows you that Biafran people are ready to go home. But they continue to push their lies and propaganda, continue to deceive those they can deceive, continue to distract those they can distract. But for us, those of us who are hardcore autopiloted IPOB members, there's nothing you can do to shake us. All you got to do is to pass the information. It's left for you to listen. Give a listening ear. Go to any autopilot platform, any autopiloted platform. Listen to them and listen. Do not take any word you hear from there for granted. I have said it several times. Follow Mazi Simon Ekpa on Twitter. If you're not following him, follow him on Twitter. Go to Enter Biafra. Go to Enter Biafra so that you can be able to follow him and hear words. If you cannot be able to log into the Enter Biafra, follow all the autopiloted media warriors. We stream every program of his. Myself, I cut the program in pieces and post it so that it will be easier for you to watch. I post the programs on my YouTube channel. I post the programs on my Facebook channel. I cut them to pieces so that it will be easy for you to watch. After watching, you also share. You can equally download and share to people. Every of those information is very important. In the area, in the level that we are today, the hatred against the Biafran people is pronounced. And if you are a Biafran today, you are still looking at your brother as your enemy. You are mad. That is why when I see people who are distracting Mazi Simon Ekpa, when I see all these people calling Mazi Simon Ekpa name, I shed tears. In the midst of all this hatred, you see that your own tribe, there is a gang up against you. The whole people, the whole tribe ganging up against you, and yet you are not touched. You still have the time to begin to gang up against your own brother. It is only an evil man that can do that. Only a devil incarnate will do that. It is so sad when I see people at this stage and this situation still have time to come to their platform and abuse Mazi Simon Ekpa and talk trash about Mazi Simon Ekpa. It is so sad. Just like that 70-year-old man. 70-year-old man who has nothing to offer. Who only name he has was the name of his father. Even when he was playing his music, he was just a bad model. He was never a role model to anybody. A bad influence. A very bad influence to the youth. Very bad influence. In as much as people don't want to confront him with that to his face. But today he has bought an infested for a wood. Since he wants us to visit his record, we will remind him that he's not a role model to anybody. No parents will pray to have a child like him. Every of his atrocities are out there. Every atrocity he has committed in the past is out there. We know and we see. And there's no way he can convince us otherwise. Today, instead of him hiding his face in shame, after the Zoological Republic, his one Nigeria have beaten him stupor. Now he channels his energy to our spokesperson, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and he has the God to open his dirty mouth and speak. He has the temerity to open his mouth and speak against Mazi Simon Ekpa. That is his end. They will not learn, but they will learn in a hard way. They will learn in a hard way. Today, our spokesman have made some heavy expositions. Yes, my brother Tiger Chika, I've not been coming out because of restriction. We have restriction on the other platform. I have restriction on the other platform, King David Exploit Expose. So they don't allow me to go live there. They are restricting me from going live there. So I decided to come to my other platform to be doing my live. So this is where I'm doing live now, and that's Chooks for Survivor. So please kindly share the broadcast to other people, share it to family and friends so that they can equally join us. Any WhatsApp group we belong, share it so that people can be able to know where we are. So many people cannot find us anymore since they stopped us from coming live on King David Exploit Expose. So here are we now trying to make sure we reach out to people so they can be able to know where we are. So I appreciate you, my brother Tiger Chika. Thank you for joining. So as I was saying, the 70-year-old man still have the guts. After all the disgrace he received in the zoo, today he's channeling his energy to our spokesperson, Mazi Simon Ekpa. He has the gut to come and tell lies against Mazi Simon Ekpa. He has the gut to come and tell lies. There's nothing you can do to bring Mazi Simon Ekpa down. There is nothing anybody can do to bring him down. You better stop trying and focus on the real enemy. Stop wasting your energy. Stop wasting your energy. The more you try to bring Mazi Simon Ekpa, you are actually digging your grave. You are actually burying yourself in shame. Go and check everyone that has stood against him. How do they end up? They end up in shame and disgrace. Everybody that has stood against Mazi Simon Ekpa end up in shame and disgrace. And it will continue to be so. It will continue to be so. Because he's standing on the truth. Except he begin to deviate from the truth. Except he is not standing on the truth or he deviates. That is when you can be able to succeed on what you're doing. But as long as he continues to build on that foundation led by Mazi Nnamdi, as long as he continues to be consistency personified, building on the foundation led by our supreme leader Mazi Nnamdi, there is nothing any man can do to him. Nothing. The more you try to bring him down, the more you raise him up. In fact, your attack to him will catapult him to the highest level. I say it. Take it or leave it. Thank you. You're welcome, Nawa Biafra. Thank you so much from Cotonou. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So every one of us should begin to channel our energy to the right source. Today, it has become very clear that the Biafran people are not needed. That very thing we have been talking about, that very thing Mazi Nnamdi have been saying, that there is a gang up against the Biafran people. Some people didn't believe it. Today, you can see that the gang up playing out broad daylight. You can see that gang up much more open and exposed than ever. You can see that gang up today. Everybody can now see it clearly. You can't hide it anymore. The gang up cannot be hidden anymore. That is why we are speaking today and calling Biafran people to pay attention to the time that we are in. It is the time to go home.